My name is Kudzanai Chiurai. I'm from Zimbabwe.
Kudzanai Chiurai was born in 1981 in Zimbabwe. He was the first black man who graduated from a degree in fine arts in South Africa in the University of Pretoria. He is known for being a really creative artist by mixing his arts in a creative way, paintings and drawings with videos and photographs.
But then what I also wanted to do was use an image that people were also very familiar with. So I used I referenced the Pieta by Michelangelo. It's just like Mary holds Christ after he's been taken off the cross. But in my instance, that's one woman mourns another woman. So how do you experience that sense of mourning when like violation or violence takes place?
Kudzanai Chiurai works talk mainly about problems Africans face day to day, focusing in government corruption and discrimination of Zimbabwe, trying to empower black and citizens in general to stand up for themselves.
Since Zimbabwe's independence, Robert Mugabe is a man that has done endless things to maintain himself in power. The corruption of the country has grown exponentially and the economy has declined. Since he involved Zimbabwe in the Second Congo War, the country has become even more poor. By 2008, the inflation of Zimbabwe was of 89,700 quintillion %.
His art started to take its way to social issues with the elections of Zimbabwe's new president, Robert Mugabe, in 2008, with posters that show the president with horns and in flames, which caused him so many trouble that he has been living in self-exile ever since.
In his theatrical multimedia compositions, Kudzanai represents the most pertinent issues facing his generation of Southern Africans, from government corruption to xenophobia and displacement. An exile from Zimbabwe after producing an unflattering portrait of Robert Mugabe, and the first black recipient of BFA from the University of Pretoria in South Africa. The artist exposed the words and images of inner-city Johannesburg to produce bold paintings that confront the viewer with explicit messages about black empowerment and urban rejuvenation. An increasingly important figure in African art, he has expanded his activist enterprise to the world of fashion, publishing, and music.
Kudzanai Chiurai fights the government corruption and discrimination of Zimbabwe. He encourages colored people to stand up for their rights, their beliefs, and to empower themselves to have the same opportunities that white people receive. Nowadays, colored people have more rights than they did before, but they are still being discriminated. In some parts of the world, colored people are still fighting for justice, and just to be treated as any other ordinary human. Every human being has the same rights at the moment they are born, and it is important to make sure that everyone is receiving these rights, no matter where they're from, how they look like, or their living conditions.
Kudzanai Chiurai illustrates in how the corruption and the politics are linked. Sadly, this topic is emphasized all around the world. He, like many other artists, tried to make people conscious in how our representatives take the power in a bad way. In conclusion, we hope that this global problem can decrease, because it affects not only Zimbabwe, it affects all the world, and we hope politicians and other representatives can lead us to a better and stable country and world.
In the